Hello Gemini Rising, thank you for joining me. In this video we will be discussing the full moon in Libra coming up on April 5th, as well as we will touch a little bit on the recent ingress of Pluto into Aquarius. Pluto's been in Capricorn for the last 16 years and it will be in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So this is a huge energy shift and it's important for everybody to know what house, what area of life this is affecting you in. So we'll get into that, but let's start with the full moon. Now, when we have the full moon, we have the moon or the high priestess, which is the energy of intuition, mystery, knowledge. It's a deep psychic energy. This is in Libra, which is your 5th house. Libra is represented by the Justice card, which is fairness, balance, and truth, among other things. So when we have a full moon, the moon is in the opposite house of the sun. The sun is joy, vitality, success. The sun is in Aries, and we use the Emperor to represent Aries, and Aries is the energy of leadership, authority, power. Now this may bring up tension. When we have the sun and the moon in opposites, it's like the rubber band or a tug of war. So this is bringing up tension around your individual desires as well as group dynamics, or as opposed to who you are in a group. So this aspect is highlighting your need to compromise and collaborate in creative projects or social networking. We also have Jupiter. Jupiter is joining the sun. Jupiter is the wheel of fortune, and this is the energy of cycles, of changes, destiny, and expansion or growth. So we have Jupiter over here in the 11th house. This full moon is highlighting the 11th house and the 5th house. So the moon is in the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of play. I call it the house of recreation, procreation, and creation. So it's romance, play, childlike joy and fun, being your romantic self. It's doing romantic things, and it also is creating yourself, creating children, recreating yourself, as well as putting out your expression through creative endeavors like artistic endeavors, dramatic endeavors, things like that. So the moon is there highlighting maybe some past emotions, some things that have gone on within that part of yourself. And that is opposing or making a conflict with the sun and Jupiter over here in your 11th house, or your house of group relationships and social networks. What these are doing there is really highlighting this need to find balance. Libra, or the Justice card, this is about balance. So you need to find balance between your personal creativity and your social engagement. This aspect is bringing opportunities for expansion and growth through social networking, through group activities, but it's going to require that you don't overindulge or overspend in these areas. Jupiter can be very spendy. Now we have to talk about Pluto. Pluto, represented by the Judgment card. Now these two, the Judgment card and Pluto, what they have in common is the energy of judgment, of upheaval, rebirth, awakening. They have been in Capricorn. Capricorn is represented by the Devil card. This is the energy of materialism, temptation, and enslavement. These are the chains that we put on ourselves. This energy is where Pluto has been since 2008. Now for you, that's your 8th house. That's the house of deep personal transformation. It's the house of intimacy, intimate partnerships, and sex. It's also the house of deep soul exploration and shared resources, usually with an intimate partner, but it could be shared with anybody. Now, Pluto has been in that house since 2008. So for the past 15, 16 years, it's been really creating a lot of heavy energy, heavy rebirth, reawakening type of energy within that area. Last week, Pluto moved into Aquarius. Aquarius is your 9th house. The energy of Aquarius, which is represented by the Star card, this is the energy of hope and inspiration and guidance. This is showing off how you are, what kind of a star you can be in your environment. So what this is doing is, with Pluto moving, it's been in Capricorn since 2008. It's in Aquarius now. It will be jumping back and forth across this border a couple more times in the next year and a half. By the time we get to the end of November or mid-November of 2024, Pluto will be in Aquarius. It will not cross back into Capricorn anytime in our lives. It will be in Aquarius until 2043. Then it starts jumping into Pisces, and that's a whole different energy. But so for the next 20 years, you will be feeling this energy of upheaval, of rebirth, of shaking things up in your house of spirituality, higher education, traveling, especially long distance travel or overseas travel. So with Pluto moving into Aquarius, during this full moon, it will be in Aquarius. So what this is highlighting is a significant transformation in your belief system and in your worldview. This can bring about a deep desire to explore new ideas and expand your knowledge, which can lead to spiritual awakening and a search for higher learning and a purpose in your life. Now, however, this process may also involve letting go of old beliefs and facing intense psychological and emotional challenges as you confront your deepest fears and shadows. That's what's been going on in Capricorn. Now, Pluto is also making some aspects to other planets, and there are two in particular that I want to highlight. The Magician is over here in Taurus, which is your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of the subconscious, of spirituality, of dissolution. It's the end of the zodiac, so it's where everything dissolves to be reborn again in the first house. This is also the house where you can find self-destructive behavior, addictions, habits, things like that, that are ultimately not really serving you or causing you to go outside of reality. There's a lot of illusion and disillusion in the 12th house. So your 12th house is in Taurus, and Taurus is represented by the Hierophant. This is the energy of tradition, of religion and wisdom and conformity. Old ways, the old ways. So Mercury here in the 12th house is making a 90-degree angle to Pluto. What this is bringing is a struggle to reconcile traditional beliefs with a desire for new and innovative ways of thinking. You may experience a strong urge to break free from these limiting beliefs and embrace new ways of understanding the world. Now, Venus also joins Mercury in this 12th house. It's a little bit in a different angle, so it's making a trine to Pluto, but it's making an aspect to Pluto. So Venus joins Mercury here in this 12th house, also making an aspect to Pluto, and this is also bringing some challenges to your communication and understanding related to your shared resources, your intimacy, and power dynamics within your relationships. It's important to approach these areas with patience, clarity, and a willingness to engage in honest and healthy communication in order to deepen these relationships and really fully express who you are authentically. So that's all I have for you today, Gemini. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video when we will be discussing the eclipse in Aries.